And we should be live. Welcome, everyone, to Trivia. It's your lovely hosts, Uncle Pete and Shelby, here to lay down some knowledge for you. So, sorry we
How's
had to miss
everybody
last week,
doing? Well,
but we're back. And, Uncle Pete, what's been going on in your neck of the woods?
not much. Just getting over COVID and had that for like the third time, and this was the bad one. Just so much coughing. It was just finally feeling back to about 100% now. But yeah, it was pretty brutal. And like, of course, I went to urgent care. They're like, "You've had it for a while. Go home." They're like, the funny part was like, "Do you need time off from work?" I'm like, "I'm already retired." They're like, "Oh, okay. Go home."
You know, well, we don't need you sick because summer camp is literally right around the
Yes.
corner, and we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Uncle Pete and I are going to be your counselors, and we're excited. We're excited.
Yeah, but it should be
It'll be
fun.
fun.
This is my first time as a counselor. I've been a camper the last 2 years. Now I get to be a counselor.
Oh God, Jay says two girls with green eyes. He's got a type, right? Oh God. All right. Well, I hope you all are ready for some questions. I will start the official question timer because remember, there's the extra 6 minutes. Let's see here. We got it all in there. Let's see. The timer should show up here. Bam. All
There it
right.
is.
So it's a big week in movies, right? Alien Romulus is coming out
Yep.
to Friday. Kind of want to see that. It looks like they've gone back to the original format, even though I don't hate the prequels at all. I actually like Covenant and Prometheus quite a
I'm
bit.
skeptical because I liked the trailer, like just the way it was shot, the lighting, the sound design. Okay, but although they're putting all their eggs in one basket, like I
Pun
just saw
intended.
everything in the trailer.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Hey. I mean, but I like what they've been doing, at least on the Instagram ad. They've been like selling it as the anthology. Have you seen that where it's showing
Mhm.
the timeline of the Alien movies? And I'm like, because I love the timeline they've built. And I think that the best part about the Alien franchise is the android storyline. Because the android was always the bad guy until
Mhm.
Bishop has his turn of heart, right? The android's always the problem. It's not necessarily the xenomorph. It's the android that helps the xenomorph in some capacity. So it's like it's a body horror movie, and it's claustrophobic in its earliest forms, but it kind of expands into the man versus machine story, which I think is just as scary.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I
Like
kind
this
of want
one
to
looks
watch it.
like I don't know how I feel about the CGI face huggers
Fair,
flying through the
fair.
air.
No, I mean that was concerning. It's not going to have very many practical effects, I'm sure. But I'm a sucker. It looks like it's gonna be better than at least people will watch it and maybe they'll get some money and maybe we'll get to do more exploration of David. I want to see more Michael Fassbender as David.
Hey,
Um,
as long as I can see what's going on, unlike AVP Requiem, as long as you
hey,
can see it.
dude, AVP was cool. Honestly, all three. I mean, I kind of like the original one the most, but I understand that messes up the whole Charles Wayland timeline
Mhm.
thing because they kill him in that. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it now, it's been 20 years. But you know, they're cool franchises. They just kind of I don't know if they have the fan support to be churning out the amount of movies they churn out with them.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of those things.
It's like when you get two big franchises. Like I actually liked Predators, the one with Adrian Brody. It was cheesy, but I kind of liked it.
It had its moments. I mean, but it's kind of like the difference between Alien and Aliens, right? Alien was like a horror, claustrophobic. Predator was kind of like a horror. They're being hunted down, killed off. Predators and Aliens were like the action movie, right? Like they're
Mhm.
running around. There's bigger set pieces. There's more going on. You know exactly what you're facing. Like in Alien and Predator, you don't know who the monster is, right? You don't know
Yeah.
until it's too late. You in Aliens and Predators, you know exactly what they're going after. They're fighting back. So we'll see. We'll see. I haven't seen anything since Deadpool, which is definitely worth watching if nobody has seen it yet.
Oh, such a fun movie. And I like you can I nerded out on it. I was a fanboy. I was, of course, you know.
I mean, it's a good movie. It was fun. It was a it it had all the right stuff.
Mhm.
But I still think my movie of the year is Furiosa so far. That's what's held up. Still like Furiosa the most. But those are two different movies. You're not going into Deadpool expecting Academy Awards. You're going to Deadpool to have a
No,
good time, and it's a very good time. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, best Wolverine, only Wolverine to ever be, as far as I'm concerned. So it's going
that's
to
going to
be
be a difficult recast unless they actually get Calverine.
yeah, yeah. That would be the only acceptable alternative, right? That's an inside joke if you watch the movie. So
I think it's hysterical how the NSYNC Bye 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 has blown up
it's like they
because of
weren't
the
there.
intro
They
to
didn't
that
know.
movie.
It's kind of like Kavinsky getting played at the end of the Olympics, and everybody's shazamming it. I'm like, imagine not knowing what Night Call was. I mean, Outrun's been around for 15 years now. And I was like, yeah, some of us watch Drive. We know what this music is. We're Daft Punk fans. We knew all about like the French house stuff. But oh god, the comments are great here. The alien timeline's about as coherent as Texas Chainsaw Time. I don't know if that's 100% fair, Patrick. There's definitely some slipperiness in, but I mean, I feel like there's a pretty good timeline between 1 and 2, and Prometheus does happen in the it's more of like the people timelines don't always fit, right? I mean, Ripley's like in cryo sleep between 2 and 3, right?
And there's no character who's in her 40s and looks like Alexandra Daddario.
Fair. Like it's more like the casting and the people's timelines are weird. I don't know if necessarily the set pieces themselves are bad, but you have to keep people in movies or else people don't watch them, right? So Mark Reynolds kept woke out of the movie. I don't know. Deadpool was pretty raunchy.
I wouldn't. It was really. I don't know what that.
I don't know.
Kept woke out of there.
I don't know what to be. I think an R-rated superhero movie is pretty woke. You know, they don't.
Yeah,
They don't
especially
get to do
because
that at Disney.
Deadpool kept making those, comments to Wolverine. I mean, he's a little androgynous as it is.
He is. He's a little touchy feely. So, man, y'all just shitting on the Alien prequels. I'm not going to stand for that. We're going to have to do a deep dive. We're going to do a watch of Prometheus and Covenant, and you're going to apologize to me. But in the meantime, we're going to do horror trivia questions. And I guess I'll start off because it's my word of the week. Which one of these movies occurs in the dream world? Is it Poltergeist? Is it Paper House? Is it Insidious? Or is it Hellraiser? You got to have the Poltergeist question.
You got snuck that one in.
For the one guy that asks, are they just going to say Poltergeist every single week? Yes, we almost always do. And Tuff's out. I gave Tuff his Poltergeist question in the first.
Quota.
I was going to make Tuff wait around to question 9, but he's busy tonight. Well, Patrick, we'll have to tell you what. We'll have to have you on, and we'll do a discussion about Prometheus at some point. We'll figure it out. So, what was the answer? Which one occurs explicitly in the dream world? The dream world. All these have alternate reality worlds, but only one is the dream world. It's Paper House. Remember, Insidious.
Look that movie up. I have not
Insidious
seen it.
is astral projection, and it's the other, right? Hellraiser's hell. Poltergeist is like
TV.
Yeah, it's like the TV. It's purgatory is what it's supposed to be. So Paper House actually happens in the dream world. You'll note that I didn't ask Friday the 13th because that also does occur in the dream world. But you could argue it's nightmares more than dreams. So
I'll have to check that one out.
I'm not evil. Paper House. Yeah, it was a deep cut.
All right, question 2. Name this movie. A group of teens is hunted and killed by cannibals in West Virginia. Wrong Turn, The Hills Have Eyes, The Bone Snatcher, and Dead End.
Tommy, I agree, but maybe if they were allowed to keep making those prequels, they'd get there. I think that's where the third one in that trilogy was going to get after Covenant. So
it's funny you mentioned Dead End because for my horror movie superlative series that I collaborate with my buddy Carlin, we pick out like most amazing, and we have a category called most underrated. I picked Dead End for the
Dead End's cool.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, and you forget about it. It's like it's one of those movies. I saw it when I was making the question. Like, oh yeah, these questions, all these movies have a similar theme, but only one of them happens in West Virginia, right? It's like you got to like group them by which. I mean, this one's you. Yeah, it's Wrong Turn. I mean,
Yep.
they all have similar plots, but you know, The Hills Have Eyes is out west. You know, you remember that one? That's pretty graphic. But the other three were kind of like, oh, are they going to remember? Is it Wrong Turn? Is it, you know, yeah, Dead End is with the family in the car, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Ray Wise and Lynn Shay.
yeah. It is a Christmas movie. Need to add that to the Christmas horror list. I don't think that usually makes it. People forget about that one.
It doesn't.
Interview of Ray Wise, and they mentioned Dead End, and he had no idea what movie they were talking about.
I've heard about that before.
Maybe he was drinking before the interview.
I think he forgot he was in that movie or
Oh
something.
my God. Well, you can't forget about this one. Which one of these horror movies is Pumpkinhead the least similar to? So, which one of these movies is the least like Pumpkinhead? And plot, you know, they're all loosely, but one of them's definitely you can't make any connection all other than they're horror movies. I'm making you do some thinking here. These are I want to see how well you know your movies. Not the kid movie Witches. The scary movie Witches. There is a kid movie Witches. It's not that one.
Let's see if it would. I would have picked Pet Cemetery. That's what I would have picked.
You would be correct. I'm pretty sure that's what the answer is. No,
Yeah,
sorry, Phantasm. Because Phantasm is not related to the occult. Or it's I had the thing. I've lost it. I wrote these questions last week. Okay, we had it ready for last week, and we had to postpone. There was a reason. I can't explain it to you. There you go. Purple says it's on a different planet. We'll take that. That is correct too. It does happen on another planet. Technically, it's not a different realm. It is another planet. It's a dimension where they make people work. Tall man's from a different world. We'll use
Director Uwe Boll, House of the Dead, infamous, often did this to critics of his work. Write them in as characters to be killed in his movies, invite them over for drinks, fight them in boxing matches, or dox their families.
I had to ask you both question. We haven't asked enough of those.
And every time I hear of Tower Reed, I remembered there's the one channel, Good Bad Flicks, and he says, yeah, of all people, Uwe Boll even said he refuses to work with Tower Reed.
Which is a weird hill to die on.
Right.
Because like House of the Dead's the only thing that he made that was halfway watchable, I think, and it's still not good. So
yeah, weren't there like transitions, like scenes from the game, like some of his editing was really weird in that.
Well,
movie.
it turns out he was just doing all of it to like take advantage of German tax law or something. He was using them as like a tax shelter, and it was he would fight his critics in boxing matches. That's real. He did that. He did that. Instead of doing the classy thing and just write them off as characters to be killed, he literally, because he was like also trained at MMA or something, right? He was like a trained fighter, and he would just beat the shit out of critics.
I heard Rob Liefeld, Deadpool co-creator, actually threatens his critics a lot. Like, you can't make fun of Rob Liefeld. He has a fit.
That's funny. The creator of Deadpool's a snowflake. Who would have thought? What is the number one rule for surviving a zombie apocalypse, which you learn in Zombieland? Is it to double tap, don't be a hero, close the doors, or cardio? Which one of those? All important for a zombie apocalypse, for sure. But which one do you learn about in Zombieland? Rule number one.
I haven't seen the sequel, More Zombieland.
I haven't either.
Or what is it? Zombieland.
I don't remember what it was called. I think it's just a sequel because it took 15 years between the movies. So
I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about The Collected, the round out the collector trilogy. It's been a
That's
long
fair.
time.
At least 28 years later makes sense because it's been like 20 years since the last one. So they bought themselves a lot of time. Cardio.
Most of you guys got that one. Cardio.
Jay, it's not milk and doo doo. Oh God. Patrick says sequel's okay. It's just 6 years too late. Yeah, I think there was a time for the zombie movies, and we've moved on from zombie movies for a little bit. Got zombie fatigue, so maybe 28 years later will come at a right time. We're waiting for a good zombie movie again.
They're remaking Return of the Living Dead by the same guy that did Don't Kill Her Goats. Don't Kill the Goats or some shit.
That's weird. Why are they remaking that?
It's in the snow now, part of it. Before he became famous for massive projects like Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson directed this horror film, Slaughter High, Pumpkinhead, Meet the Feebles, and Bad Taste. All of these are fucking great movies.
They are very good.
All these are good. I love all these movies.
I didn't realize this when I wrote this question. That was kind of crazy. I was like, I knew about Peter Jackson. I didn't realize it was that Peter Jackson that did this movie. I was like, oh, it's the same guy? What a weird career. Mummy Revival.
Meet the Feebles. Just think R-rated Muppets. If you haven't seen Meet the Feebles.
I haven't watched Meet the Feebles in a long time.
I haven't watched it like in 20 years.
He also did that one. That's like, it's crazy. Like his it's very, very weird before Lord of the Rings, and it's Bad Taste. Bad Taste. Meet the Feebles, all in the same era though, like the late 80s is when these came. I think Bad Taste was 88 or 89. Meet the Feebles like 87 or 88. So Slaughter High is what, 86? Pumpkinhead's 87 or 88. They're all those movies came from the same time-ish.
And I think he's in Bad Taste when he falls down the cliff. His brain is hanging out. He ties it in with the belt.
Which demon does the Coven worship in Hereditary? Is it Valak? Is it Paimon? Is it Obazuth? Is it Asmodeus? Asmodeus. Was like the fucking demon names. If you play Diablo 3, the voice actor for Asmodeus, the English voice actor for Asmodeus, is a good friend and of ours. He's great. Oh, cool. He also does the voice of Gorilla Grodd. Very deep bass, booming voice, but a very sweet man. But he usually plays villains because of his voice. Which one of those demons is it? Before you go meet the post.
And it was
Paimon.
Valak, that was the Conjuring, I believe.
That's the Conjuring one.
Yeah. Obazuth, I don't know.
Obazuth is another demon in another horror movie, and I can't remember which one it was. I've lost it. It may be a question in the future, so keep it.
There you go.
Keep it somewhere.
Valak is the nun. Thanks, Tommy.
Valak is the nun. The Conjuring demon. Yeah, it's like Valak takes all those different forms. It's kind of like their catch-all. We couldn't do it without the Italian horror, right?
What is the second entry in Dario Argento's The Three Mothers trilogy? Tenebrae, Suspiria, Phenomenon, and Inferno.
You gave it the real Italian treatment there. We call it the Tree Mothers.
All great movies. I mean,
my opinion on Italian horror.
Not all of them are part of the Three Mothers trilogy.
There can only be 3. There are 4 options, but only one is in the middle. And it is it's the least celebrated of these 3 in the trilogy. Usually doesn't get any love. I don't give any of them any love, but you know that already. I'm a grade A hater. Stage Fright's like the only Italian horror movie I enjoy.
Well, that's because it's got a cool guy with a cool owl.
Yeah, it's got a great killer.
Cool owl head.
It doesn't have the stupid "I'm an author, but now I'm accidentally the murderer" plot.
Well, yeah, what's Giallo like? The killer or like the protagonist is like always some type of artist, whether it be a writer, painter,
Yeah,
sculptor.
and it's Inferno. Inferno is the middle.
Phenomena with what Jennifer Connelly?
Jennifer Connelly.
Yep, had a crush on her as a kid.
You should write her.
I tell you, Suspiria, the one part in that movie, and granted it's not razor wire, but it's supposed to be razor wire. That part always like, ugh.
That scene in The Haunting too always gets me when the piano wire gets the in the eye. Ooh, gross. Who directed the 2009 horror film Drag Me to Hell? Was it Wes Craven? Was it Sam Raimi? Was it James Wan? Or was it Eli Roth?
The ending of this movie's always got me. The look of her being dragged to hell, and you get that weird CGI.
It's in the title. It's in the title. Drag Me to Hell. Nettie, I think you can change your answer.
Kind of like, Justin Long's kind of like a little. I'm not a Justin Long fan, but I remember that ending because like you didn't see it like once you realize what's happened. Like, oh my god,
Nettie, type a new answer. I think it'll take the last answer, not the first answer. I think the software has evolved.
Oh, it has.
We know what you meant. It may not have gotten in time. And Jay's really pushing the milk and doo-doo as an answer. We're going to have I'm going to find a milk and doo-doo question for you, Jay. It's Sam Raimi. Unfortunately, Nettie, we know Nettie didn't mean James. We're not going to hold that against you, Nettie. She tried to change her answer. We will find a milk and doo-doo question. It's probably going to be like a human centipede question, right? It'd have to be that.
Sam Raimi also directed Darkman.
Sam Raimi, I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. My favorite Sam Raimi's. But yeah, he makes pretty good horror movies, allegedly.
He's made a couple, I think.
He's made a couple.
This movie features a vampire stripper named Katrina. Vamp, The Black Room, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Don't Look Now.
Fun fact, all four of these movies feature vampire strippers. I made this one hard. There's a lot of vampire stripper movies.
There's probably a movie called Vampire Strippers.
I'm sure there is.
Or Strippers versus. I think there's a Strippers
probably
versus
both of
Vampires.
those. They're probably Tromas. Are you sure they aren't already in the Troma catalog or the Full Moon catalog?
Speaking of Troma, I can't believe when the hell are we going to get the release of Toxic Avenger?
I haven't
released
heard
half a trailer
date.
and then that's it.
It has to be done, right? This not this take very long to
make.
It's
been long done. It's long done.
Who knows? Uncle Lloyd works in mysterious ways. And it's Vamp. It is Vamp. Now, From Dusk Till Dawn does have a very iconic vampire stripper scene, but there's not a stripper named Katrina in it.
Try to remember, what is it? Satanica Pandemonium?
Yeah, they go down to the Mexican strip club and they're all vampires. That movie takes a turn. Yeah, like it starts out and then it's like, oh god, this is a horror movie. So, but
it's a good one though. I like that one.
Don't fall in love with a stripper. She'll either take your money or she'll take your life, or both.
And
Michael is our winner.
Cool.
He is our outright winner. We have 9. Very close there.
Good job, Michael.
Purple and Jason 8. Freddie was 7. Andy was 7. Jay was 7. Yeah, it was a good showing. Good showing. But there can only be one. And Michael, you are our winner this week. And I feel like you may have won before. Let me see here. I put you in the spreadsheet as it happens, so I don't forget because I have the brain of a goldfish. Let's see here. Yeah, Michael, this is your second win.
Good, Mike.
You're in rare company right now. You're slated to be in the Trivia Tournament of Champions with a second win. So, and thank you, Purple. But Jay, if I ask milk and doo-doo questions, you're gonna win. You're gonna win one of these weeks. You're getting higher scores. Doing better. Let's see what else is coming up. Uncle Pete's got some great stuff on his channel. You can always check out. What's your latest video, Pete? You just shared it in the Discord.
I've been taking a break, but here in a couple weeks, I got the Creepshow trilogy that I'm covering on my channel.
Oh,
Creepshow.
you're doing the
Creepshow
third
2.
one. You're covering Creepshow 3.
Hold on. I'm doing Creepshow 2, and Tales from the Dark Side. The movie.
Oh, I thought
the
you were
real
gonna be
Creepshow 3.
I thought you were gonna rave and do Creepshow 3.
I can't.
Just do the
And I got
quadrilogy.
my just today, a video went out today on my channel, your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete. Horror movie superlatives. My buddy Carl and I, we go through each year of horror and we pick out most amazing, best so bad it's good, best gore, most unique, most WTF, most underrated, and most underrated. So we just pick out these movies, then we compare, and people vote for who you have the better picks. So 2002 just went up today. So check it out, Creepshow movies. And I'm going to recover a franchise, somebody who's been in every single one of my videos. That's going to take me to the end of the year.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It'd be a good time with a good guy.
Well, and also, most importantly, in addition to all that great stuff, we have summer camp coming up.
Next week.
Opening ceremonies coming right around the corner. So make sure you signed up so we can give you a cabin assignment.
Yep.
If you don't sign up on time, we can still find a cabin for you, but it's easier if we have everybody ahead of time. So I like to have an even number for both groups.
You could be part of Uncle Pete's friendly neighborhood.
You could be part of Uncle Pete's friendly neighborhood, or you could be part of the Shelby squad. So this is high stakes. We're competing for the Camp Spirit Award, and it's real. It's real, and it matters, and those points count. But we're gonna have a lot of fun stuff for you. Lots of movies next week. Lots of fun. Got to finish doing the work to put it all together, but we got great stuff planned. So most importantly, trivia related is next week will be themed trivia. It's going to, of course, be summer camp themed trivia. Lots of horror movies based in summer camps, and we're going to have 15 questions. Honestly, I feel like, Pete, there's enough summer camp horror movies. Maybe we can do 20 questions next week. Let's see what we can come up with. There's a lot of horror movies that happen at summer camp. Maybe we can do an ultra mega giant trivia game. It is summer camp after all. There's no curfew at summer camp, right? So
there's a lot of summer camp. Once you look into it, there's a lot of
many
out in the woods summer camp horror movies.
There's deep cut ones too. We can find, there's the easy ones like your sleepaway camps and your Friday the 13th, but there's deeper ones. We can go digging around. Purple, if you want to, I don't know if it's linked in this video. If you're on the Discord, you can find a sign up. If you go to I'm checking the link tree. I don't know if Patrick's got it on there right now. If you go to campkoh.org, campkoh.org, that's the camp website, and there's a link to sign up there, and it's like a MailChimp, like an email sign up form thing for the mailing list, but we can get you logged in there. Let's see. So it's campkoh. I'm going to type it in the chat. It'll try to filter it out. So I'm typing it so it doesn't get banned. So go there. There's a link on the front page. Lots of fun stuff. It's better. It's even better if you're a part of our Discord group, because it's kind of where all the discussions, there's lots of mysteries and puzzles to solve. And this will be the third or fourth year we've done it. So we've got stuff that happened the past 2 years that you definitely want to catch up on. Lots of fun stuff happening. So, but at the very least, we're going to try to have a movie every night for you all. It's going to be a fun week. Lots of monsters and spooks and scares, and maybe some brains. We'll see. But everybody have a wonderful week, and let's all wish Uncle Pete to get better so he can work summer camp, because failure is not an option. Death doesn't get you out of your work obligation.
Death can't get me out of it.
So I don't know. You served in the military, Pete, but this is summer camp. KMK runs a tight ship. You thought it was bad. You thought it was bad there. You wait until Trevor finds out you're skipping shifts. You'll be in trouble. But Michael, if you want, reach out to us by email. Give us your address. We'll send you some stickers, because you've won earlier. I think you won last week, or you won the week before. So claim your stickers if you want us to mail them to you. But I gotta have your address. Can't do it without the address. Get your swag. Is that Uncle Rich? Richard's here. Oh, well, hello, Richard. We're signing out. But watch the rerun. Come catch us live so we can give you a proper shout out. Richard is the channel owner. He's the guy that makes it happen.
Very
We couldn't
cool.
do it without Richard. So we love Uncle Rich and Uncle Pete. We have 2 uncles now. So with that, I will see you all next week. Pete will see you next week. Get ready for
Yep,
some
see you guys
summer
next week.
camp nonsense.